Hey guys! Happy Mardi Gras! It's Sandi Masori from Balloon Utopia and Market with Balloons, and today we are going to learn how to make a fun and festive Mardi Gras arch. The first thing that we're going to do is we need to, sometimes it's easier rather than packing all of the balloons straight onto the frame, sometimes it's easier to make the garland and then put the garland onto the frame. So I'm going to show you how to do that. What we're going to do is here we have our quads, and these are inflated to about 9 inches. And we've got two 260s that I've tied together, and we're just going to kind of wrap it in figure 8. Okay, I'm going to get down on the floor here to show you this. And now what we're going to do, you see I wrap it around my hand like this so that I can hold it tight. You want it tight enough that you can play the guitar on it. All right, and then you're going to take your next quad, and all of these are the same size. Find its happy place, stretch that 260, and figure 8 it around. And then we're just going to keep on doing it until we have it fully packed together, okay? So just keep on doing this. Okay, and then when you get to the end of it, I'll usually kind of just figure 8 it back and forth with the quad underneath it to hold it all tight. Let's talk about this frame a little bit. What we have here is we have 2 floor lamps. On top of it, we have an elbow connector and a piece of PVC. 1/2 inch is good enough. I accidentally got 3/4 inch, so we had to put a lot of tape, but really 1/2 inch is better for this. So we have the 2 PVC elbow connectors, and then the piece of 1/2 inch EMT, although that's 3/4 inch, but you want 1/2 inch. Okay, now if you are doing this outside or anywhere that there's currents, you are definitely going to want to not use the lamps. You're going to want to use the column frames like I teach you how to make in the How to Make a Balloon column frame video. And if you're using the column frames where you're using 1/2 inch EMT, then you do want the 3/4 inch PVC. Okay, I know I'm throwing a lot of acronyms out. EMT is electrical metal tubing and PVC is plastic. So I'm actually just gonna bring this down on the ground like that to make it easier for myself. And I also have, sometimes when I do this and I do need extra weight on these and I want to extend the footprint, then I have these big donut sandbags, and I'll put that around the base so that will extend the footprint and give it even that much weight. So I had these beautiful sandbags made that my amazing assistant Mary is bringing us. Wave, say hi Mary. Hi Mary, thank you Mary. Okay, so these are my donut sandbags. They have a Velcro closer so that I can slide it around the pole and then close it. And they're really heavy because they're 25 pounds each. So there we go. Probably you guys who are doing it DIY are not going to have those. And you guys who follow me who are also balloon professionals, I highly, 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 highly recommend getting some donut sandbags. All right, so I showed you how to make the garland. So now I've got 2 tall garlands. All we're gonna do is we're just going to kind of massage it on there and just kind of get that frame up in there. See what I'm doing? I'm just kind of putting it on there and then twisting the balloons on. So anyhow, you see, since I kind of already have the garland together, it just kind of goes together. Now you may be asking, why do you do it like that? Well, the reason that I do it like this, quite simply, is that it's easier to transport this way. That way I can bring it in pieces. I can have my garland already made. It's easy to get in and out of the van since it's already packed together, and it goes up very, very quickly. When you're doing balloons, I highly recommend that you keep a pair of child scissors in your pocket at all times. Now, we got to the corners. Sometimes corners can be a challenge. And so, a lot of times for the corner, you might want to cheat by just taking a duplet and kind of putting it in there. And then when you put the rest of the garland on, it'll kind of fade in, or you can massage it. All right, now let's go do our other side. And now we'll do the top. So here we have the basic square arch. Now a couple things that I want to tell you. First of all, normally I would cover everything with black tape so that you couldn't see the frame. I left it naked so that you guys could see what I'm doing. So you can see it a little bit, but we're still going to add stuff to this. Don't worry about that yet. Also, another thing I want to tell you is make sure you tape it really, really well. And you always want to make sure that you tape on a diagonal, not straight around. Now we want to add the beads. So to make the beads, what we have is we have some linky balloons. These are 6-inch linky balloons. And as you can see, they have a tail on both ends. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make chains of these linky balloons. Now you can inflate these balloons to whatever size you want. These are a little bit underinflated. They still have a little bit of give to it. Not a lot though. So they're almost fully inflated. Whatever it is that you do, just be consistent. Make them all the same size. And then as you can see, you can just tie it tail to tail, you know, nozzle to tail, whatever. So you're just going to make these chains of it. And I realize I'm doing pink on pink, so it might be a challenge to see. But you see, we've got these chains. So now I actually went ahead and I made all the chains in advance and I made them solid colors. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of a 260. Let's get it out of my scissors out of my pocket here. Okay, and I have these chains of 14, but the number of balloons you use is going to depend on how tall your arch is. I have this arch at, I'm guessing it's about 6.5 to 7 feet tall. Okay, and let me do it on the gold so that you can see it. I'm just going to tie one end to one string of beads, like that, and the other end to another string of beads. So this is going to make it easier so I don't have to try to tie it into the bar. I'm just going to take this and bring it down in there, okay? And so we're just going to continue doing this all the way across until we've got our beaded curtain. So once you have all of your linkies in, then you can kind of play with the placement to get them spread the way they want by kind of stretching them and just moving them around, putting them into the crevices. Maybe you want them closer or farther apart or more of them or whatever. So for Mardi Gras, you might want to leave it like a little bit looser, but if you were doing like a 70s or 60s themed beaded curtain, you might want to have them closer together. And then the other thing is, normally I would probably go ahead and cut off all the tails like that, so that it would really clean up the look and make it look, you know, really nice and all of that. So then if you want to dress it up even more, you can get little props and stuff and stick them in. I got some cool little masks. They're actually pretty heavy, these ones. If you're putting heavy things, you might want to like either tie them in or use some glue dots. I'm just kind of tethering them in for the moment right now. A mask, you can probably use the rubber band to put it on around the balloons. So you can dress it up by adding little props and stuff. And yeah, you could also add, you know, Mardi Gras themed balloons to the top. I mean, you know, the possibilities are endless. Right now, we are nowhere near February, so there's not a lot of Mardi Gras stuff in the stores right now, so I had to, just kind of use what I could. But if you're doing it closer to when there might be Mardi Gras parties happening, I bet you'll find all kinds of props to use and stick into it and make it more interesting. So there you go. The beaded square arch frame. It is a great photo backdrop to take your pictures in front of. And yeah, if you like this, make sure you give me some love, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, tell everyone you know to subscribe to my channel, tell them to tell everyone they know, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth. This is in the DIY Balloon Bible, Themes and Dreams. So if you are like me and you actually like to read recipes and follow them on paper, you can find that on Amazon, and you can also find my other books there. So until next time, go forth and balloonify!